Have you been wrestling with a nagging sense of self-doubt, struggling to hear your own voice among the chaotic whispers of denial, feeling detached from your true self, or burdened with an unshakable sense of guilt? If your answer is a yes to any of these questions, this episode is for you. Why? Because you may be struggling with unseen emotional wounds and scars left by a narcissist. Let's learn more in today's episode. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Today we are going to talk about 5 emotional wounds a narcissist leaves you with. If that sounds interesting and you're eager to dive in with me, please make sure to subscribe before we begin, because your subscription always helps spread awareness about narcissistic abuse. Before we begin, I'm curious to know, what is the biggest emotional wound that the narcissist who hurt you has left you with? Drop your answers in comments below and help other survivors feel validated. Let's begin with emotional wound number 1. The ghost of doubt and the erosion of self-trust. The dark twin shadows of narcissistic wounds. A narcissist is not only a manipulator but a master illusionist, a conjurer of shadows that lurk in the corners of your psyche, casting long, inseparable twilights of self-doubt and self-distrust. Their artistry lies in their cunning ability to summon forth 2 particular specters, metaphorically speaking: the ghost of doubt and the erosion of self-trust. The ghost of doubt is a specter of a unique breed. It is not an illusion that appears and vanishes. It is a phantom that lingers, a shade that settles into your mind's recesses. It whispers incessantly, a constant murmuring that builds into a crescendo over time. Its messages are subtle yet insidious, always the same: you're not enough. You need to strive harder, to be better, to prove your worth. It's a ghost that feeds on your confidence, gnawing away at it, replacing it with a delusion of self-worthlessness. And then there is the erosion of self-trust, a twin shadow that's equally as insidious. Self-trust, our inner compass, is our guiding force through the foggy uncertainties of life. But a narcissist, with their manipulative prowess, skew this compass. They create a labyrinth where every direction, every path you take loops back to them. These twin shadows cast by the narcissist, the ghost of doubt and the erosion of self-trust, intertwine and interplay, feeding off each other, amplifying their voices and their impact. They form an intricate web of emotional wounds that can run deep, shaping and influencing your perception of self-worth and your ability to trust yourself. Emotional wound number 2, the sunk echo, the mute cry of unacknowledged requests. A narcissist, in their grand performance of life, often plays the role of a tyrant, silencing voices that dare to contradict or challenge their worldview. A peculiar type of wound inflicted by such a tyrant is the sunk echo, a metaphorical manifestation of your voice drowned in the narcissist's sea of denial. Imagine a seashell whispering the stories of the deep sea, washed ashore only to be met with the deafening indifference of the sand. Similarly, you're left with their pleas for empathy, their requests for understanding, echoing in a void, unheard and unacknowledged. This emotional wound is a silent casualty of the narcissist's dismissive nature. The constant disregard for your feelings and desires isolates you in your pain, reinforcing the notion that your voice is insignificant, your feelings invalid. You feel as though you're crying out beneath the water surface, your cries distorted and stifled, becoming a sunk echo. Wound number 3, the void, the resounding hum of lost identity. The influence of a narcissist is a formidable storm, powerful enough to sweep away the sturdy anchors of your self-identity. Think about it like you're alone in a big desert. You used to feel very special and unique, but now you feel like you are just a shadow. The desert is like how you feel inside. It used to be full of different colors and feelings, but now it feels empty and quiet. This feeling is a pain that doesn't go away easily. It's like trying to find your way in a desert, remembering who you are and bringing back all the colors and feelings that used to be there. Emotional wound number 4. The serpent's fang, the venom of persistent guilt. A narcissist's manipulation is akin to the bite of a serpent, releasing a potent venom of lingering guilt that slowly and stealthily seeps into the recesses of your consciousness. Imagine yourself in a dense jungle, wandering amidst the thick foliage. Hidden amongst the greenery, a serpent lies in wait, its cold gaze fixed on the path you're about to tread. The serpent bites you, releasing its venom into your system. Just as the venom begins to take hold, spreading throughout your body, the narcissist's blame game instills a sense of long-lasting guilt into your psyche. Over time, this guilt becomes a constant companion, a background noise that seems to color all your thoughts and actions. It is as though you have internalized the blame, carrying it within you, a silent burden that weighs heavily on your spirit. This is the serpent's fang, the venom of persistent guilt, another emotional wound skillfully inflicted by the narcissist. Wound number 5, and the last one. The desolate meadow, the drying effect of emotional neglect. Imagine you are a tender sapling planted in a lush meadow. You require the nourishment of the rain, the warmth of the sun, and the care of a gardener to grow into a robust, thriving tree. Now imagine if the rain rarely fell, the sun seldom shone, and the gardener paid no heed to your growth. This is what it feels like to be in the grasp of a narcissist. Their failure to provide emotional support is akin to the gardener's neglect, leaving you in a desolate meadow where a flourishing emotional relationship should have been. This emotional wound, which we term the desolate meadow, is a stark representation of emotional starvation. You find yourself feeling unloved, unattended, and emotionally parched, much like a plant desperately seeking water in a barren field. The absence of emotional sustenance leaves a stark, desolate landscape in your heart, a meadow that was meant to be teeming with the vibrancy of emotional connection and mutual support. This scar isn't just skin deep, it seeps into the roots of your being, causing a thirst that is difficult to quench. All in all, we can say a narcissist leaves you with deep emotional wounds and scars that take a long time to heal, which is why you need to be patient. You need to do the work and wait for your body, your mind, and soul to collectively heal all those wounds and help you move on. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful. If you did, let me know in comments. Let me know about this style of presentation, how you like the metaphors, and if you would like me to continue. I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin.